Ever had months where money feels like a waterfall, coming in hot from client projects, side hustles, you name it, and then, bam, the next month it's like someone turned off the tap and you're down to a slow drip? If you're a freelancer, entrepreneur, or gig worker, you know exactly what I mean. But what if I told you that you could achieve total financial peace of mind, even with an income that looks more like a heartbeat than a straight line? Today I'm going to show you how to budget like a pro when your income is anything but regular. We're talking about simple, actionable steps you can take right now to ditch the financial anxiety and start building real wealth. Stick around because this could change your financial life forever. Alright guys, let's dive right into this. The first step to mastering your budget on an irregular income is finding your baseline. Think of this as your financial bedrock, the absolute minimum amount of money you need each month to survive. We're talking about your non-negotiables, rent or mortgage payments, those pesky utility bills, groceries, and any debt payments you absolutely can't avoid. Now to figure out your baseline, you're going to need to do a little digging. Look back at your income over the past 6 to 12 months. Find the absolute lowest month of income you had during that period. That's your baseline. It's the bare minimum you need to stay afloat financially. Here's why this is so crucial. If you can create a budget that works on your lowest earning month, you'll be able to navigate any financial storm that comes your way. It's all about being prepared for those inevitable dips in income. And here's a little pro tip. Pretend that every single month you're only going to make that baseline amount. Why? Because it forces you to be incredibly intentional with your spending and prioritize what truly matters. To make your life easier, use a budgeting app like YNAB or Mint. They track your income and expenses, categorize everything neatly, and give you a crystal clear picture of where your money is going. Now you've probably heard of the classic 50-30-20 budgeting rule, right? Sounds pretty straightforward. 50% of your income goes to needs, 30% to wants, and 20% to savings. But when you've got an irregular income, it's time to give this rule a little makeover. Let's break it down. 50% needs. This part stays the same. Remember that baseline income we talked about? This 50% covers all those essential expenses we talked about earlier. Rent, utilities, groceries, transportation, basically anything you absolutely need to survive. And remember, no matter how much extra cash you make in a good month, this 50% stays put. It's your financial foundation, 30% safety net. Instead of allocating this chunk to wants, we're turning it into your financial safety net. This is where you build up your emergency fund, especially in those higher income months. Remember that feeling of panic when you have an unexpected car repair or medical bill? Yeah, this fund is your shield against those financial curveballs. 20% wants and fun. Now for the fun part, the wants category. But here's the catch. You only get to dip into this 20% after you've fully funded your needs and your safety net. Think of it as a reward for being financially responsible. This modified 50-30-20 rule is all about building financial stability in the face of unpredictability. Chapter 3. The Surplus Fund. Paying your future self. Alright, let's talk about those awesome months when you absolutely crush it income-wise. You land a huge client project, your side hustle explodes, or maybe you win the lottery. Hey, a guy can dream, right? It's tempting to go on a spending spree when that extra cash rolls in. But trust me, that's a surefire way to sabotage your financial goals. Instead of blowing it all, we're going to create something called a surplus fund. This is your secret weapon against the income roller coaster. Whenever you have a month that exceeds your baseline income, and you've already covered your needs, your safety net, and maybe even treated yourself a little, take a good chunk of that extra cash and funnel it directly into your surplus fund. Think of it as paying your future self, because that's exactly what you're doing. This fund acts as a buffer for those leaner months, those times when your income inevitably dips. It's like having a financial cushion to fall back on, so you never have to stress about making ends meet. A good rule of thumb is to have at least 3 months worth of living expenses stashed away. Remember, it's all about playing the long game here. Chapter 4. Pay yourself a salary, the secret to financial stability. Alright, this next tip is one that I live by, and it's been a game changer for my finances. Pay yourself a salary. Now I know what you're thinking. Graham, I'm self-employed. I don't have a boss to pay me a salary. And you're right. But that doesn't mean you can't adopt this powerful mindset shift. Here's how it works. Determine your average monthly income based on your past earnings. Let's say, for example, that your average income over the past year has been $4,000 per month. But some months you're killing it and bringing in $6,000 while other months are slower. And you're only making $2,500. Instead of letting your spending fluctuate wildly with your income, set a fixed salary for yourself based on that $4,000 average. Each month, transfer that $4,000 to your personal checking account, the one you use for your everyday expenses. Treat this as your salary, the money you have available to spend each month. Now here's the key. Any income you earn above that $4,000, directly into your savings or investment accounts. This approach creates incredible financial stability, even with an irregular income. Chapter 5. Diversify your hustle. Multiple streams for maximum security. Alright, let's talk about the elephant in the room when it comes to irregular income. Relying on a single source of income can be scary. Whether you're a freelancer with one main client or an entrepreneur with all your eggs in one basket, having all your income tied to a single source is inherently risky. That's why diversifying your income streams is absolutely crucial. Think of it like this. The more streams of income you have flowing in, the less impact any one stream drying up will have on your overall financial picture. It's about creating a safety net for your income, so you're never left high and dry if one avenue slows down. Now, diversifying your income doesn't mean you need to become some kind of superhuman entrepreneur juggling a million different gigs. Start small. What are you good at? What do you enjoy doing? Could you pick up some freelance writing on the side? Maybe you're a whiz at graphic design or social media marketing. Remember, each additional income stream, no matter how small it seems at first, adds another layer of security to your financial foundation. You got this. Mastering your financial future. There you have it. You now have the tools and strategies to master budgeting on an irregular income. Remember, it's not about how much money you make, it's about how you manage what you have. If this video helped you level up your budgeting game, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more awesome financial tips, and don't forget to turn on those notifications so you never miss an upload. Now I want to hear from you. What's your biggest budgeting challenge? Drop it in the comments below and I'll do my best to help you out.